Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome back to the channel. So for years, SimBrief has been the go-to tool for realistic flight planning, but there has always been one small gap for those of us here in Europe. You see, North American routes that it provided were accurate, real-world validated, but across Europe, sometimes things could be a little messy. That then has all changed following a recent update. Navigraph has just introduced real-world European routes directly injected into SimBrief with data validated through Eurocontrol. This means for the first time your European flights can be planned with the same real-world accuracy as they were in the US. Now, this isn't just another ARAC cycle update, it's actually a complete upgrade to how SimBrief generates its routes. SimBrief now integrates authentic Eurocontrol approved routings for flights within Europe and to other surrounding continents. These are the same route structures used daily by airline dispatchers, now automatically available for us in flight sim preparation, available for our flight planning. So before this update, SimBrief's European routing engine often relied on some historical and community sourced data, and sometimes you'd get a route that was fine and it was even validated in SimBrief for the current ARAC cycle, but actually when you checked it against, say, Navigraph charts, you might spot some things that weren't quite right. Occasionally you may find your routing was actually on an airway, but the airway could be in a wrong direction, a one-way airway, or there were segments that just didn't comply with the normal Eurocontrol flow rules. You had to manually cross-check everything if you wanted to be super accurate and realistic, making those adjustments by hand just to keep your route realistic. It worked, but it obviously wasn't seamless and it wasn't easy. Now with this new real-world route integration, that manual checking is pretty much obsolete. Each route comes straight from Eurocontrol's validated database, so things like airway direction, altitude restrictions, boundary crossings, they all match against the European flow rules. When you see that green real-world tag, you know that you are flying the same routing that a real aircraft has used recently. To test it, I created a flight plan here crossing most of Europe. SimBrief suggested the exact real-world routings that were used by recent airlines, and you can see that there are obviously more than one of them, and you can go through and pick whichever one you wanted. You could even go further and you could use the built-in Eurocontrol IFPS validation tool. Basically, you copy the flight plan here, you go to this website, and you can go through and check to make sure that this is actually valid and that there are no errors. So who is this feature available for? Well, the feature is automatically available to all current Navigraph subscribers, and that's because these real-world routes rely on using the latest navigation data, so older or expired ARAC cycles would cause conflicts and rejections. So yes, if you do want the full accuracy of this and clean Eurocontrol validations, you would need to use Navigraph data with a monthly or annual subscription. Now for me, obviously here in Europe, this update bridges all the final realism gaps for flight planning in Microsoft Flight Simulator. No more guessing, no more fixing airways and making sure the route is indeed correct. SimBrief can now mirror the same tools and data that real-world dispatchers use every day across Europe. Now obviously for me, as someone who likes to make it as realistic as possible, I absolutely love this update and I'm keen to hear from you guys what you think. Is this something that makes a big difference to your flight simulations, or is this something which doesn't really tick your boxes and don't find it required? Let me know in the comments down below if this is a big plus for you, or you can take it or leave it. Hopefully either way you've enjoyed the video, and of course if you have, please don't forget to leave a like. And remember, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our future videos and of course live streams. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye for now.